So it is time to take a look at the new IS-6 platoon. I believe this is going to be a fun one, since one of the vehicles in the platoon has actually been changed. We should have had a T-54 1951 variant, but that's been replaced with a T-10M, which is very nice. Today I'll be driving the IS-6, the flagship vehicle of this platoon. Now the IS-6 has a 122mm main cannon. It is fairly maneuverable, fairly fast for the size. 44 km/h top speed, reverse is 17-18 km/h. Specific power ratio is 14 horsepower per ton, it weighs 51 tons. 206mm is the average penetration, reload 15.8 seconds. The turret rotation speed is okay, and the frontal armor, the overall armor in this vehicle is very good. The frontal turret armor and the hull armor are amazing, and you will definitely bounce a lot of shells. However, this is a tier 7 vehicle, and it can be faced against ATGMs and APFSDS, and those shells cut through the armor like nothing. So if you are top tier, you will have a blast with the vehicle, since you can bounce a lot of shells. But when you're actually up tiered with the vehicle, you will have to be careful, since there's a lot of ATGMs and a lot of APFSDS shells there. But overall, the tank should be quite fun to use and should be quite fun to drive. It is, as I mentioned before, fast for a heavy tank. The ammo to get on this thing is AP, HE, BC, HE, AP, BC, and I think you have heat. In my case, I like to use AP, HE, BC with this vehicle. And the main gun is comparable to the main gun on the IS-4M, comparable to the main gun on the IS-3, comparable to the gun on the IS-2, has the same amount of penetration on all of these 122mm cannons that I mentioned. Now why is it that vehicle just stopped there? I don't know, but that's 3 kills on the very start of the battle. I did buy the camouflage for this vehicle because I think that it looks good. There's like 3-4 different camo patterns. I picked this one because I think it looks the best on this vehicle. The overall feel of the IS-6 is decent. It definitely feels like it is maybe a little bit better than the IS-4M. I think it's faster than the IS-4M, although the IS-4M does have some very interesting protection on the lower plate, has tracks to kind of act as armor, but this vehicle should have better frontal armor, and overall should be a bit faster, although the main gun is roughly, well, obviously not going to be the same gun, but the ammo, the penetration and everything else that goes along with the gun is just about the same. There is the variant of the IS-6 that uses like 2 guns. I'm very curious if we will get that in the game. It will be pretty fun to have that thing. It will be very interesting to see how that would work. Now the gun depression on this tank is not good. I mean, we already know. Most of you probably already knew that. But the gun depression is not that good on any IS tank, but it will get the job done just fine. However, the elevation is pretty decent. The ammo does do a lot of damage, as expected from armor-piercing high explosive ammo. It does detonate tanks quite easily, and it does quite a bit of damage when it hits. That's why I love the high caliber APHE shells. They are amazing. Doesn't penetrate much, but it doesn't really need to, because for the most vehicles it will be more than enough to cut through the armor. So this tank will definitely be very fun to use if you like the IS line of heavy tanks. I also love how I hit the engine on the T-44 and the spalling from the engine went in the crew compartment. That's kind of scary when you think about it. He has a very good machine gun, and the machine gun can easily cut through most of the light armor vehicles, so you don't have to worry about the machine gun performance. It is good, and you get big armor piercing belt for the machine gun, which is going to cut through armor like no big deal. Well, through lightly armored vehicles, and it will break tracks of enemy vehicles without much of a problem. The reverse speed on this thing is amazing. Forgot to kind of specify that the reverse speed and the reverse acceleration is amazing. It's very quick in reverse, very usable reverse gear, and overall it is meant to be used actively, so you should definitely take advantage of that reverse gear on the IS-6. Of course, I get hit by artillery because repairing tracks is apparently something that I am not allowed to do. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck here at the moment repairing. But it does seem to be able to withstand artillery shells. However, you have to be careful since the top of the vehicle is vulnerable to high explosive shells. High caliber high explosive shells, if they hit the top of the turret, will detonate the vehicle. Basically that means if it hits there, well, the crew will be overpressured, so yeah, you have to be careful. But it was a interesting first match. 8 kills, not bad. I could have done more, I guess, but I got hit in the track and I got hit by the artillery, so I wasn't really able to do anything there. And well, one example that this game just loves to spam this map. The whole day I've been playing this map ever since I logged in. And when I finished a couple hours later, I was only playing this map because the game kept spamming and kept spamming and kept spamming this map. So yeah, I would love that I would be able to show a different map. But the game said nope, and I was stuck with this one. Well, at least it's a different game mode, so actually no, it's not a different game mode. Same game mode but different zone. Okay. It's in the middle of the map. Now we don't carry a lot of machine gun bullets, so we have to make sure that every shot counts. I also like to destroy the buildings that can get in place. Now Panther F. And here is where the horrendous gun depression kicks in. I have to actually go down in order to be able to shoot at the Panther. So definitely a vehicle that cannot lower the gun because it has literally no gun depression. I personally like tanks that have good gun depression since it allows you to go hold down. Can you imagine what this thing could do if it could do hold down? It would be very funny. It could be very funny since it has very good frontal armor. But again, that armor will work only when you are top tier. When you are fighting tier 8, tier 9 tanks, yeah, that armor is not going to work that well. Although there are some tier 6 vehicles that have ATGMs, like the AMX 13 Hot, and then there is the BMP one. And I'm fairly sure there's other vehicles that have anti-tank rifles, like the Type 60 for example. The Type 60 can penetrate the frontal armor of this thing. And you know, there are vehicles that have also heat shells, HE-ATFS shells that can cut through the armor, but for the most part you should be safe. Well, I mean, I say safe, you should still try not to get hit. Even though you have good armor, but still try not to get hit. There's a premium Panther there. And they are going forward. That was a big mistake. Now I need to go towards the base. I need to capture the zone. Capture the base. The reload on this thing is better than the reload on the IS-3. I feel like it's also better than the reload on the... What was the other IS tank that I was playing recently? I think the IS-4. Yeah, it's definitely better than a reload on the IS-3 and on the IS-4. Should not be a autoloader. I have no idea where I aimed, but that was a miss. Oh, it's a M48. That will be in the turret. There we go. This shell just does so much damage when it penetrates. Usually with APHE ammo it is one shot, one kill. Usually. In some instances you might not be able to one-shot the target, but in most cases you will. And this is one example where it didn't one-shot it. However, it did some damage. I forgot that the Object 906 ammo is located in the turret. Should have shot the turret, would be destroyed in one hit. Yeah, Tiger. And one shell. And that was enough to detonate the active. I love that this shell does so much damage. These APHE shells are just very scary. When they penetrate, they wreck. And there is no other way around it. One shot, one kill. Oh look, a revenge fighter. Well, it is actually first time in forever that they did not target me. Usually they are after my tank. No matter where, no matter when, they go right at my tank. And that's honestly kinda hilarious when I think about it. And that's a T-14, but the T-54 just had to die in front of me and they had to block me, so I am not able to see. And yeah, that T-114 survived. Well, but it does look like it's going to be a well-played match. We are still kind of losing. Well, score-wise we are losing, but we are holding the base here. And I actually think this might be a victory now. We will see what will happen. Yeah, I think this is going to be a victory. The enemy team is running out of tanks, so let me go forward. Let's meet forward. Oh look, IS-4M. Also a pretty good tank. I like it. It's a very scary. That tank might actually be more fun to use since it is tier 6 and you can fight with, you know, tier 5 vehicles. And this is a tier 7 vehicle. Actually, I have to double check. I think the object platoon is definitely tier 7 or tier 8. We'll have to double check that, but yeah. Still has some good armor. Now I'm trying to find where that one last tank is. This is definitely where the speed of the vehicle. Oh well, someone else got the kill. Fair enough. Well, that was a surprisingly good victory. Could have been played a bit better, I guess, but it's still good. Good enough. And well, that would be the IS-6. Honestly, this is a very interesting vehicle. I like it. It's a very interesting vehicle. I like it. Has a good gun, has good armor. Have to mention that good armor and overall good speed, so definitely a very nice tank. And yeah, I'll definitely be playing it a lot more. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.